Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Elysabeth Alfano show on WCGO. Always so great to be with you. And usually at the end of my radio show, I have a segment called The Doctor is Dialed In. But there's this little thing out there called coronavirus, and the doctors are pretty busy. So I've been putting together my own segment of my top 10 tips. Things to keep you healthy, things to keep you either trying plant-based or starting plant-based or staying plant-based, or lots of tips and tricks and hacks to get you through travels and restaurants and whatever hurdles you might come up against. So I know over the years I've had many myself, and I found lots of tips that can be helpful. So today's top 10 tips is how to stay vegan when eating out. Okay, so this used to trip me up in the beginning because I was vegan, but nobody else around me was vegan. And we'd all get together and say, let's go out. And of course, I wanted to go and I wanted to be included. And I, just didn't want to stick out. So this is how I got through it in the beginning. And then now it's just old hat to me. So I hope that this is helpful for you. Okay, so first of all, check ahead. So if everybody says, okay, let's go out to dinner, get on it. So Mexican restaurants, great options for rice and beans and veggie fajitas and margaritas and guacamole, guacamole and chips, folks. Come on. That is like the vegan's dream. So, maybe you can steer your group. So I used to always say like, let's go out for Mexican, or, hey, there's this great Asian restaurant. Lots of sushi has cucumbers and avocados and, great stuff inside. I used to get these fudomaki, all these veggie rolls and stuff. So super good. Seaweed salad, which I love. Edamame, which I love. Sometimes they'll do seasoned tofu in sushi. So, but check with, because not all sushi restaurants will do this. So, check ahead and then be out in front, suggesting to your friends where to go. Okay. So if that doesn't work, and for some reason, we don't know why, people say, let's go to a steak joint. No, don't do it. Okay, fine. So everybody wants to go to a steak joint. Go. If you can take it, go. And then you just find something on that menu. So, a chef is only worth their salt if they can work with vegetables. Because what's to making meat? You throw it in a pan and there you go. You got some meat. The real skill is what you can do with vegetables. And I say that not lightly. That really is a cooking skill, your knife skills, etc. So, ask the chef, take them to the challenge, ask them, okay, I don't eat meat. I'm vegan. What can you do for me? They should take it as a point of pride that they can come up with something good for you. So don't be afraid to use your voice. And I kind of want to say my point number 3 in the countdown is don't be shy, because, gone are the days when it's like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Vegans hug trees and they don't shower. Obviously, we're past 1970. This is not the case. Basically, plant-based millennials are, not kidding, starting to rule the world, and it is becoming more and more mainstream. So most people are going to look at you and they're going to say like, wow, good for her, good for him. They're sticking to their goals. They're trying to get healthy. Ooh, I like how they roll. They have inspired me. More often than not, you are going to inspire people by using your voice. So don't be shy. You just ask that chef, like, what the heck can you make for me? Okay. In the event they really can't make something for you, and every once in a while this happens, and I have to have words with the chef, quite frankly, but every once in a while it happens. So, okay, fine. I'll order a big salad, but usually this kind of restaurant, they'll come back to me and they'll say like, we can take away the meat and we can take away the cheese and we will charge you same price. I'm not having it. I'm not doing it. So uncool to take like 2/3 of the dish away and charge me the same price and penalize me for wanting to be healthy. So I usually come back and I say like, nuh-uh, you can take that off, but you got to throw on extra potatoes, or I want more mushrooms, or I want better mushrooms. I want several kinds of mushrooms. Mushrooms are my jam, by the way. So I really get up in there and, I don't mind ordering salads, because honestly, salads sometimes is the hardest thing to make at home. I know that sounds crazy, but if you don't have time to always have the freshest things right ready in the refrigerator, then maybe you don't have time to make a salad at home. And maybe a restaurant is the great time to get that salad. You can always get that at a steak restaurant, but you make them put on some good, serious stuff for you, because we don't want you to fly away on lettuce. We want you to have a good, solid dinner and show your meat eating friends just what they're up against with you. So, okay, ain't no shame in ordering a big, fat, loaded salad. If that doesn't work, or you're just not in the mood for salad, I get super creative with the sides. I can take like a side of asparagus and a side of potatoes and a side of mushrooms and a side of rice. All these things are, $4 or $5 on the side of any menu. I put together my own meal. If that chef cannot come up with some decent veggies, like you get with the program, folks, I come up with my own meal. I order off the sides and I just go to town, which is actually really kind of fun for me. Um, okay, now, like I say, if you're in this tricky spot, you might also want to pay it forward a little bit and say, like, dear chef, why don't you contact Elysabeth Alfano, because she can help you veganize your menu and you can get out in front of this growing market and make some cha-ching. So if they're not getting with the program, then they're missing out. And so you're kind of paying it forward for yourself so that the next time you go to that restaurant, they're going to be ready for you, have more vegan options, because most likely they will have called me and I will veganize their menu. So I can help any chef. I often leave my card when I'm at a restaurant like this and I just say, like, please let me help you out so you can make more money, because vegans have cash to spend and they eat out big time just like everybody else. Okay. So then I think I'm already on, is it number 7? I'm not sure. Here's another thing. You're not always eating out at restaurants. Sometimes you're in airports and you're traveling and you're moving and you're running around. Go to my website, elizabethalfano.com/recipes. You'll find my 5-day plan and go there because it's got lots of tricks and hacks and tips for what to do if you're traveling. And here's one of my favorite tips on that 5-day plan is sometimes you're not in an airport, you're not out to dinner on business or whatever, but you're invited to a party and the chef isn't vegan. Bring your own. That is my tip number 9. Bring your own, because you can make hummus and you can make guacamole and you can show up to that party and be the best guest ever. They're going to love you. And then you got something to eat because you made that great guacamole that we love so much. And last week I talked about, now here we are, rolling in at number 9. I always forget to count. Rolling in at number 9. My tip number 9 for staying vegan when you are eating out. Let's say you are running through that airport. Pack yourself some dates and cashews, my all-time favorite. It's like the original protein bar, or edamame is great to go, or raisins and peanuts are great together. So, or a protein bar, or whatever. Pack fresh fruit. Oh my gosh, pack yourself some snacks so you don't find yourself in the airport saying, oh my gosh, I'm about to die and you got nothing. So plan ahead and you can get yourself prepared for that restaurant, prepared for that party, prepared for that trip on a plane, assuming we ever travel again. And my number 10 coming in, and the top 10 tips of staying vegan when eating out. Go take my class. It's August 8th. Jumpstart your plant-based life. I've got lots of tips and tricks for you. You can register for my August 8th class at elizabethalfano.com/recipes. It's right there. It's a 3-hour class. It's online. It's for everybody around the globe. 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time on August 8th. I hope you'll join me. If you missed any of today's podcast with the fabulous Marco Antonio Regil, the whole long version of that is on the Awesome Vegans podcast. It's on iTunes and Spotify and iHeartRadio and anywhere you get your podcasts. Until I see you again next week, please sign up for my class, August 8th, Jumpstart Your Plant-Based Life. I'm Elysabeth Alfano. Go to my website, elizabethalfano.com/recipes. Check out the Awesome Vegans podcast. I will see you next Sunday. Until then, thanks for being vegan. Together, we're taking back our health and the health of the planet.